Gara, what's going on everybody? And this is a portrait of me that we'll come back to a little bit later. Welcome to this camera comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S9 and the Google Pixel 2 XL. Now we're looking at the S9 Plus, and that doesn't change things up too much, but the S9 Plus does have a zoom lens, so you get that telephoto. But on top of that are all of the different enhancements that Samsung put into its main lens, mainly the dual aperture. f1.5 and f2.4 are available because of actual blades in the lens. We've documented that quite a bit already here at Android Authority, so make sure you check out our full review. And in these camera comparisons, you can head over to androidauthority.com for the full galleries between these two devices, but also take a look at the huge comparison we did, including the Galaxy S8 and the iPhone X. Now, there are going to be a lot of different shots where we can chime in and give a little bit of perspective, but what we wanted to do in this video is pass it off to all of you. Let us know which of these photos, in all of the examples, that you like more, whether they come from the Pixel 2 XL or the Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, of course, the Galaxy S9 Plus has a much different philosophy from the Pixel 2 XL. Google uses machine learning and all of the different photos that they've amassed over the years in order to do good data processing, and that's why they only have one camera on the back. So that no matter what photo you're trying to get, it's going to use all of that algorithmic processing to create the best final result. Now, as you've probably seen in the last few photos, there's a lot to like about the color in either of these phones, but the Galaxy S9 Plus seems to expose a little bit more. The Pixel 2 XL tends to go a little bit more contrasty and also a bit lower on its exposure, which usually makes colors kind of pop out more, and it makes sure that detail is at the forefront. However, in mid-light situations like going indoors, the Galaxy S9 Plus exposes subjects a bit better, which is going to be more preferable as the light starts to go dimmer. If there isn't an amazing amount of light on the subject or on the scene, the Samsung contestant just better exposes the image, capturing brighter and more vibrant colors as well as good detail, even when there's not a whole lot of light lighting everything up. In terms of detail, it's going to be a toss-up between these two because they're doing very different things to capture the best possible scene. Google's device captures usually the overall better picture in terms of contrast and color. Usually in low-light shots, the Pixel 2 XL seems a little bit more detailed, but the Galaxy S9 Plus is a bit softer because it's more focused on making a better exposed shot rather than the most detailed shot possible. Case in point, going back indoors in a low-light shot, especially with this food that we're looking at, the Galaxy S9 overexposes a little bit, which does get rid of some of the detail. So the Galaxy S9 Plus is trying to make sure that in dark situations you still get a usable photo, but it's not going to necessarily be the best detailed. The fact that the Pixel 2 XL renders a bit more contrasty usually leads to more stylized photos, and in broad daylight shots, especially in landscape shots, it might mean that the shadows are a bit darker than they should be in order to depict the proper scene. The Galaxy S9 Plus, because it is always trying to expose pretty much everything in the shot, then in landscapes, the Galaxy S9 is a little bit better at showing the diverse colors and the textures within the scene. And we talk a lot about algorithmic processing, but it is sort of the super-powered version of HDR+, which was pioneered by the Google Pixel originally. What it's basically doing is getting as many photos and as many shots of the same scene so that it can put all of them together to create the best possible final shot. Now, the Galaxy S9 Plus now has this as well with multi-frame processing, thanks to the RAM built into the camera module, but the Pixel 2 XL just has way more data to pull from. That means that low light shots that are using HDR to expose and to render the scene properly are a little bit better. That just means that in low light situations when using HDR, the Pixel 2 XL just is able to get a little bit more detail out of certain spots that are uneven with the rest of the scene. This is one prime example. While the Galaxy S9 Plus does expose the photo a little bit better, so you are able to use it in good low light situations, the Pixel 2 XL just tries to marry all of those good aspects into one good photo. And finally, we can talk about selfies, or more specifically, portraits. Both of these cameras have a proper portrait mode on the rear cameras, while the Samsung Galaxy S9 uses a dual lens setup to achieve its effects. But where the Pixel 2 really shines is on the front-facing camera because it has that portrait mode built into it. Even if it's not the most powerful front-facing camera, the Pixel 2's processing really does a good job of bringing probably some of the best selfies we've seen. The Galaxy S9 Plus on the front-facing camera also has selfie focus, which softens things even more because it's trying to make a bokeh effect behind the front subject. The rear portrait mode on the S9 Plus does do a slightly better job of figuring out where the subject is, but it also can get messed up from time to time. And so there you have it, a comparison between the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and the Pixel 2 XL cameras. We really want to know what you guys think about these, and we just wanted to provide some perspective on some of the photos that we took while out in LA. So really the gap between these two phones is not all that big. The Galaxy S9 Plus has more features in terms of what you can do with the camera, while the Pixel 2 XL kind of keeps things more simplistic and is more of an auto shooter. We will say that on a more consistent basis, the S9 Plus is able to expose scenes better in low-light shots, but the Pixel 2 XL is really trying to make sure that detail is what it focuses on the most. And it might mean that the photo is a little bit less exposed compared to the S9, but it really matters what you want out of your photo, and that's what we want to hear from you in the comments down below. Comparing cameras is always a subjective matter, but we tried to just provide you with this video and with the gallery at AndroidAuthority.com so you can enjoy photos from these two great cameras. So let us know what you think in the comments down below, which one you would pick, and let us know why. After that, you can head on over to AndroidAuthority.com for reviews of both of these devices and for more comparisons and more of the best from Android Authority, because we are, of course, your source